You're not as ready as you think you are. How do I know that? Because I know people. Because I consult with people every day on this subject. And this is not meant to pee in your Cheerios or kick you in your gonads or make you question your self-worth. This is designed to illustrate the point that everybody I have ever talked to about this concept, and I mean from people who are lucky to have two nickels to rub together to people who, if they decide they wanted to go buy a Learjet right now, they could. Everybody across the spectrum. You're not as prepared as you think you are. Nor am I. T, what are you doing? Well, I'm doing my morning walk. And I've got the plate carrier on this morning. Little, anti-rooster device with me. And my plate carrier load of 40-ish pounds, 42 pounds. You can go watch that video. Well, what is it? Level 4 plates, hard plates, whole bunch of magazines, day pack, 3-liter, IFAC, pistol mags, the whole nine. In a Condor Mop C. The plate carrier that everybody says is junk. Yet there's our their Cry Precision $400 multicam plate carrier is underneath their bed. Not out here. Who am I to judge? You're not as prepared as you think you are. That's chilly this morning. This is perfect kill ya weather. It's 30 some degrees, 38 degrees or so, and damp, humid, with a gentle breeze. If you were wet in this weather right now, you should be building fire and making shelter. My hands are cold. Now, I'm talking to everybody, including myself. You're not as ready as you think you are. All right. You got a bug out bag. Cool. Have you checked it recently? Nope. You still running your spring, summer, fall gear in there? Because it's fixing to be cold. You should go do that. Got a bug out plan? Ish. Ish don't cut it. I don't bet the lives of the people I love on ish. Get a bug out plan. You have a bug out location? Good. Get 3 more. T, you don't understand? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do understand. I get it. Get 3 more. When you get to your bug out location, assuming that you do get to your bug out location, does everybody there know what they're doing? Do they know what their responsibilities are? Bob, you're in charge of water. Joe, you're in charge of shelter. Phil, Steve, I need you guys on fire ASAP. Women, set up the tents. Let's start purifying water. Let's start a fire. Let's start cooking. You, and you form a perimeter. Yada, yada, yada. Do you know that? Probably not. Okay. Do you have a binder full of all the things that you need for your inch bag, your I'm never coming home bag, your emergency documentation, copies of your ID, your deeds, your licenses, your titles? Probably not. How much food do you have? 750 pounds of food is a year's worth of food for one person. Not 5 people, not 10 people, one person. If you have 2 5-gallon buckets, that's a month's worth of food for one person. Now, I don't say this to scare you. I say this because you can and you need to do better. When was the last time you checked your food? Buckets break their seals. Things happen. Go check your food. Do you have adequate water to prepare your food? Do you have adequate fuel to prepare your food? Have you checked your backup generator? Have you topped off your batteries for your solar and your wind renewable energy lately? You should check that. How's your charge controller doing? Got a first aid kit in your truck? Does your truck run? Do you have a truck? When was the last time you changed the plugs on your 5.4 liter boat anchor? Preparedness is all the things. And that's part of why we talk about tribes so much here. Have a leaf. They're good for you. It's part of why we talk about tribe here. That having to do the coil pack on that stupid Ford pickup truck is a great example. My hands would not fit in that engine compartment. My wife's would. Luckily for me, my wife is totally BA. So she was able to get it done for me. I would have been screwed if it was just me. There's so many things that you need to know how to do that most of us are not great at. And you can get better. You really can. But for me, I much prefer the approach of do what you're good at, and rather than trying to train up the things that you're bad at, which you should have some training at, but cater to your strong suits and find other people to fill in the areas where you're weak. That's a much better use of your time. Would you rather do 10,000 hours of something you're good at and something you love, or 10,000 hours of something you hate? You could spend 10,000 hours getting good at Microsoft Excel, but if you hate making Excel spreadsheets, what's the damn point? Why? Just get somebody who's good at Excel. So, tribe allows you to do that to a greater or lesser extent. Everybody gets in where they fit in. Everybody does their thing. And some people are really gifted in one area and terrible in another. That's how most people go. There's a lot of things I suck at. I have zero artistic eye. But man, I can execute. If an artist says I want it to look like this, I can make it look like that. But I can't dream it up. It's not my gifting. So, there's so many things that require our attention with preparedness, because preparedness is just life writ large. It's just trying to figure forward all the things that we're going to need and all the things that we're going to want, and the best ways to make those happen, given a modicum of uncertainty with what the future holds. So we're really dealing with our best guesses on all of this. I think, you think, and to a lesser extent, some people have more experience and knowledge than others because they've lived in a primitive manner, or they've spent time homesteading off grid, or they've seen what a third world country, I know that's culturally insensitive, an emerging nation is like when it's at war or when there's a genocide going on. Some people know these things. and therefore they can speak with more authority on it than some others. But even then, there's certain areas for every of us. We're all just taking our best guess. You know, and I'm privileged to get to talk to and work with a lot of people with preparedness and readiness. And I just see the same thing over and over again. There's not a one of us that's as squared away as we could be. And it's kind of the challenge, and it's the joy of doing this, is being able to say, all right, I think you should do this, or you should do that, or whatever. What do you think, right? Well, I don't know. Okay, cool. I'll put together an action plan for you, and we'll facilitate. We'll make this thing happen. But none of us are as good as we could be. I mean, I'm just walking around out here this morning carrying this this plate carrier and this rifle, which between the two is probably 50 pounds. Just, you know, doing my best to get my heart rate up a little bit. It's good for you. And if we weren't talking, I'd be moving faster than I am right now. But here's the deal. It's not comfortable to wear this plate carrier. It doesn't feel good. I'm not like, woo, I get to go play in the woods with my tactical gear. Yeah, buddy. But it's got to be done, right? It's conditioning, it's familiarity, it's muscle memory. It's something a lot of people miss out on. It's just the opportunity to be engaged in the process of being prepared. Some people, that's not how they roll. They'd rather say, hey, I need you to take care of this for me, and okay, we'll take care of it for you. Not a problem. They're a little bit more detached. But by and large, I guess the point of everything I'm trying to say here that I've said 100 times already is you're not as squared away as you think you are. And so now that the seasons are turning for real, it would be a good time to go through your stuff and just make sure, yep, I'm good on this, I'm good on this, I'm good. Oh no, I'm not good on that. I need to do something about that. You know, a brother was here visiting last week, and he coined the phrase securely starving. He said, you know, there's going to be a lot of people out there securely starving to death because they got all the tactical toys and no food. And I got to tell you, I just love that phrase, securely starving. I told him, I said, I'm stealing that. That's great. You'll see where the deer were bedding down there last night. It doesn't mean you shouldn't have the tactical stuff. I mean, says the guy, the bear-sized man, wearing a combat loadout out in his hayfield. But it does mean, man, this is not my primary focus. Those of y'all that have been here a while know I do a lot more videos about putting food in buckets than I do about walking around in plate carriers. And I guess what I'm trying to say is just get your priorities straight. Just sit down and think real hard. What matters, what doesn't. You need food, and you need a way to protect it. I get all that. But spend your money wisely while you still can. While that fiat currency is still worth something, spend your money wisely. And do a real assessment of where you're at. 750 pounds of food is one person for 1 year. And then you need to be able to replace that food that you're eating if we're dealing with true chaos. So, and this is the kind of stuff we talk about on Patreon all the time. We're on a push to 200 patrons. We're close. And so if you're interested in throwing $1 a month of fiat currency our way, that's the best value on the internet right now, says me. There's over 100 videos and blog posts there that have never seen the light of day on YouTube and never will. They're very specific, pointed, tactical, and strategic answers to real people and the real problems, the real issues that they're having in their preparedness journey. And so you can find that there. It's $1 a month. But I want to encourage you guys to be brutally honest with yourselves. Go look at what you have. Is it enough? If it's not, why is it not? What can you do to fix it? What's your plan of attack? How are you going to get better? Because a lot of people are going to be very disappointed when their perception does not meet the reality of the situation at hand if things go sideways. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you at all. So you're not as squared away as you think you are. And I know I'm not. Shalom.